review family, keep it tight. My name is Jay Morse, the review guy, and I'm back again to bring you another video. And in this one I'm going to be covering the new Alcest record entitled Spiritual Instinct. So Alcest, or Alcest, whichever way you want to pronounce it, I believe it's Alcest, is one of the pioneering bands of the Blackgaze movement that hit some strange mainstream metal success with some very key releases. I would say that the most well-known band in the genre would be Deafheaven, considering the fact that they released two of the most well-known Blackgaze albums, period. Obviously Sunbather as well as New Bermuda. But it's really hard to argue the fact that Alcest was the band that pioneered the whole movement with their post-black metal take on shoegaze music. They had already kind of been this post-metal band, but with their 2006 EP, they really showcase themselves to have this shoegaze and black metal tendency. You slapped them together and you realize they're not that far apart. Filling their songs to the brim with these frigid blast beats as well as the razor edge type guitar work and these shrieked vocals that usually come with black metal, but pairing them really closely with the contemplative melodies and the sorrowful sadness of post-metal and of shoegaze music. But unfortunately, the records that have been interesting in the genre kind of died with Sunbather for me. Sunbather was, I believe, the most critically acclaimed album on Metacritic in its year. So I was editing the Alcest review and I wanted to point out something that I thought of when I was editing, and that is the fact that I don't want to come off as someone that hates all Blackgaze past Sunbather, or I'm a purist with it. I just think that it was more of a fresh take and more of a fresh idea in the Sunbather era, and when Alcest was really making their best material, than now when a lot of bands are really copying some of the bigger releases from that time. Which really is telling of Blackgaze's peak, but the trajectory that it hit, it could not really keep. Still, with my constant interest in this genre and seeing if there's anything that's going to let it have some longevity, I was very excited to check out this new Alcest record. And unfortunately, I have a lot of issues with this album that I have with a lot of recent Blackgaze records. The way that I see it is this is the type of record that if it was made in the year 2008 or 2009, it would have been the biggest thing. It would have been the hot shot on the block. It would have been so cool. It would have been so inventive. People would have been talking up and down about it. It would have gotten so much praise. But in 2019, in the major slew of bands that have copied bands like Alcest and like Deafheaven and incorporated the shoegaze sound into more of a post-metal and black metal sound, it really sounds super dime a dozen, and that's unfortunate. Not only that, but this record is 41 minutes and it only spans 6 tracks, so you're getting some very long tracks, and they do not justify their length a lot of times. They'll either pad out intros to an unbearably long amount, or they'll just try to thrive on a couple riffs for minutes and minutes at a time, losing some of the intoxicating meaning that post-metal was supposed to have in the first place. Les Jardins de Minute, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, I'm 100% not pronouncing that correctly, the opening track, I really love the black metal and post-metal melodies that are going head to head with those blast beats. Neige, I'm sorry, I'm bad at these names, does a great job on the vocals on this track. I love how he's blending clean singing with his normal dungeon wails. He's always been one of the more standout things about Alcest for me. I love his vocal work. However, this record just continues to fall flat with songs that sound a lot like the last one, and by the third track I'm just kind of like looking to turn it off. Now that's not to say this doesn't follow the blueprint. That's mostly the issue. The blast beats are very run-of-the-mill. The guitar work, while it is dizzying to listen to, while it does have good harmony to it, it is very one-dimensional in the grander scheme of things, and the vocals are pretty much the only thing that just keeps me really interested. Not to mention the production is kind of in the middle ground of raw and well produced. It's like it can't decide what it wants to be from a production standpoint. And overall, this is a really good record if you like Blackgaze. If you are a diehard fan that has to listen to everything in the genre of Blackgaze, you're gonna get a lot out of this record because it follows the groundwork really well. I'll give them that. But for me, I just don't find much to come back to because I think there are better Blackgaze albums, and I think there are better Alcest albums. I'm going to be giving this album a 6.5 out of 10, And that is a wrap. What were your thoughts of this new Alcest record, Spiritual Instinct? If you've heard it, let me know in the comment section below what you thought about it. I would love to discuss the record with you. Maybe you liked it more than me. Like this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to join the review family today. I'd love to have you here. Share this video and smash that notification bell to be notified of my future uploads. You know who it is. My name is Jay Morris, the Review Guy, and I'm signing off saying farewell.